I constantly find myself over analyzing things like maybe I shouldn't have left that relationship. Maybe being with someone who does not want me is better than being alone, because I've never felt this way in my life. I have to be real honest with you. I've been mad at the world for a long time, and I've been excluded as a child, and I took that as a sign to just stay away from people and mind my own business and do things my own way. And I've just never really felt this lonely. Like I've always found a way to live with myself. I've always found a way to entertain myself, and I mean I still do that. And I've learned that sometimes like this makes you find out exactly who you are. You're supposed to take advantage of solitude in times like this, and I've used it to work on some things, but I don't really know what's going on with me. Like sometimes I just get distracted. It's just 50-50. Like half of the time I'm using it to work on myself, I'm using it to gain new knowledge, I'm using it to find out about things, I'm using it half of the time. Like, oh yeah, what now? I've pushed everyone away, and yeah, what now? I would rather be with a toxic friend than be alone. I see why people stay in toxic relationships. I see why people try all their best to have people around them, because this level of loneliness sucks as fuck. Like, I don't think I've ever been this lonely in my life, and I'm not taking this as a cue to make the wrong decision, but low key, I honestly feel like I shouldn't have left the relationship. Or I know it was gonna leave one day, and I know there's that part of me that fully well know he's gonna leave one day. And even those friends that don't really want you around, that use you for things. And I used to have friendships where they only like me because I'm very generous and the one that borrows money from me. I saw a post about a lady ranting about how she does not have real friends, and whenever it's time to pay for dinner, some people just pretend to take calls, some pretend to like. I used to have friends like that, and as much as people make me out to be the horrible person, that was what got me pissed off. I used to have a friend that she does not like to pay for things. Whenever you're around her, she's gonna like just make you feel like, okay, you need to pay for everything. And it got so upsetting, and one day I just exploded, and I'm like, I can't take this fucking shit anymore. Like, what kind of friendship is this? I have to pay for everything, and if you ask for your money, she's gonna act like uh, Hap is down, and oh, I can't make a transfer, can you pay, I'll give you back later. And these are the kind of friend like leeches that take advantage of your generosity, that gossip behind your back. They silently judge you. And but honestly, I just keep seeing, because I'm not the type to judge people, I just keep seeing why people would stick to toxic friendships or relationship. Because honestly, loneliness fucking sucks. I never thought I would get to this level. I never thought I might wake up tomorrow and feel some other type of way or whatever, but like right now, this is how I feel. This is how I feel, and I love to say how I feel. I love to sit with everything. I love to tell myself the truth and whatnot, because lies have never done anything for me. I love to sit with my truth, whatever. I don't know, but this is exactly how I feel right now. And honestly, I don't judge people who stay in those kind of relationships, because loneliness fucking sucks, and it sucks the life out of you. And I see why people take their lives and whatever. And it's basically just what it is. I mean, the world is very evil, and people are very exhausting. And they always say you never know what you have until it is gone. And but sometimes, even when nothing is gone and you start missing it, you have to think about the reason why you let it go in the first place. I guess people like me are just not lucky in friendships or relationships, or even with family members. I used to say I wish I came from a very nice family, that even if I don't have friends or a serious relationship, I can always fall back on my family members. Or being a wealthy person, like you can always fall back on paying for your hobbies and traveling the world and funding those things. I'll be inside sometimes, I'll be like, okay, I feel like going out right now, but I check my bank account and I'm like, okay, sit inside. Fuel is expensive, rides are expensive. It sucks even being outside, because you come back home and start regretting and start feeling like you did not even have any fun. And outside is so overpriced, everything is so expensive, and life just fucking sucks. Anyway, I picked up a book again, and I enjoyed it to some extent. And another reason why I feel like I decentered reading, or maybe I got tired of reading, aside the fact that I really enjoy watching movies and it's much more easier for me now, is because of the romantic aspects. I think I just realized that when I started this book, you know, ladies, we've internalized a lot of romance books and novels only to be faced with the real deal, the reality of like real life dating. Like, this men fucking suck. Like, it's not how they describe it for us in the books. It's not how it is in the movies. There's no love. Like, men are not capable of love in the real world. I don't know who these authors are making it feel like, okay, your Prince Charming is coming one day. I've always felt that way. And me talking about the kind of relationships I've had, there was a lot of things I had to deal with when I tried to leave, and a lot of insults, and this person got to know me and just started using everything he knows about me against me, and it was very, very painful. Even thinking about that, I feel like, okay, this is one reason why I left. This is one reason why I left. And also the fact that when someone say they don't want you, they don't want you, they don't want you, you're not my type, those kind of things should like keep ringing in your head. Like, no one should stay where they're not wanted. But this still goes back to me saying loneliness, 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 fear of being alone, fear of not being wanted or whatever. And also this video about people pretending to be who they are not so that they can be loved. I've not been like that ever in my life. I'd rather be myself, and I don't care if you leave or stay. But I guess I'm just gonna have to sit with it, as well as I always sit with every other thing, to like, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to make new friends. I feel like I always hear this stuff about, okay, you've not met everybody that is gonna love you. I believe so. I guess I believe so. I don't know. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I'm still living and whatever. And maybe with this phase of my life will birth something better for me. Maybe, I don't know. It's not being 100% bad. It's just, it has to do with me not being able to properly regulate my nervous system, dealing with life struggles. And I can understand my nervous system is not regulated one bit. Like, I'm just always on edge, thinking about how to pay bills and things like that. So I can really understand, and I'm extending grace to myself. I'm extending whatever towards myself. I don't really like self-pity. I do self-pity a lot, but I don't care about people pitying me, because I mean, nobody really cares. I'm not putting things out because I want anybody to pity me. I mean, nobody really cares. I don't want anybody's pity. If your pity is not going to solve my problem, then I don't want it. So my self-pity comes from a place of just extending grace to myself, not being too hard on myself, and finding a way to fix my problem. So